Welcome in, and today I'll discuss with you the poke meta problem in Marvel Rivals. Now, first, I just want to say, there's many people who interpret poke a little differently, so I'll discuss what I think it is, and I think more broadly what it is. Poke is a lot of single burst damage in a row, which can be shot at you from medium and far range. Let's say a Hela, a Phoenix, maybe even a Hawkeye. All these characters which do one hit at a time, again, and again. They do these very good bursty type damages, if they're very consistent, very powerful. Now, we've had vast metas in Marvel Rivals since Season 0. The support meta, the dive meta, the brawl meta, the fly meta, and now we're in the poke meta, which I think is one of the worst out of all of them, in my opinion. Not only with the poke meta do you completely neutralize some playstyles, like you can't really play flyers in the poke meta. I think the poke meta really started to have a breeding ground around Season 2.5, which I may be wrong. I believe is the season Ultron / the flying meta got released. It may have been before or a little after that, but around 2.5 is when the breeding ground really started, because the flying meta was so abundant. And because the flying meta was so abundant, what do you need to do? Well, just like in real wars, you don't take out planes with other planes, you take out planes with anti-air machines, devices, whatever you want to call it. And so poke, they had to raise up poke levels because of how strong flyers were. They didn't really give substantial nerfs to flyers. No, they have to power creep it, of course, but they had to buff all of these pokes. They had to do a bunch of anti-air different abilities. Think and jump on them, ground them. Squirrel Girl at the time had a nut which can fly in the air and hit them, ground them. I mean, you have Bucky, his ease. My point is, they had a problem with flying meta. Like, okay, let me just completely over jump it, and they started a cannonball or a snowball effect with flying meta. Started to buff them more and more and more. Hela has gotten 12 buffs. Phoenix, I think, has been around 8. I'll need to double check around that though. Hawkeye, 16 buffs. Not even counting team-ups, I believe, they have that many buffs. Phoenix, she's been meta since she came out. She was so broken that when a broken mechanic got taken out of her kit, she's still top tier. In my opinion, she's a top 3 DPS in the entire game. She had the highest pick rate of any DPS in the last hero hot list. Maybe even in the whole game, at least in Celestial and above, she was around 34% pick rate. And that is amazing. You've seen, even with Invis getting nerfed, Gambit slightly getting nerfed, a bit too little in my opinion, Daredevil getting slaps on the wrist, Phoenix, she is getting nerfed nearly every single game now. She's been meta for so long that she's only being undermined by other extremely strong metas. I bet you if Gambit wasn't in the game, she would be the number 2 ban slot for many past seasons now. Not only does she neutralize so many ults, like Rocket ult, but she can also just kill through multiple support ults. Just get the flame tears or flame bursts, wherever they are, to 3 ult, it kills through it. Why do I bring up ults? It's because all these poke characters have very good ults. Hela ult, another probably top 2 poke character in the entire game, kill through Gambit ult, kill through all these different ults, can kill through a lot of different ults in the game, and she's immortal during her ult. She gets 1000 HP while in her ult. She can break all 3 Loki runes in 2 shots. She can do all of these things. She has a CC, she can gain shield. Phoenix, she can fly, she can teleport like a few feet to the left, right, behind, whatever. She has a CC, she has burst, she has self-heal. Hawkeye has a slow, has a knockback, has a deflection. Bucky has 2 slow / stun / 2 anti-airs and a hook that can reach to Mars. And his ult can neutralize Loki in Loki's meta right now. I mean, all these poke characters, even if you don't count some of the poke characters I will list or have listed as poke, they still contribute to it in my opinion. They are poke in my book. But my point is, all these poke characters have a lot of utility. Not only do they do great damage, not only can Phoenix 2-shot, Hawkeye 1-shot, Hela 2-shot, Bucky 2-shot, but even if they couldn't 2-shot, their kits are still way better than other people and way easier to play. I mean, I get, let's say a Spider-Man, he has a few abilities. He has a pull, he can pull you towards him, he can pull himself towards you, he can uppercut you, he can whatever. He has a lot of these abilities because he is very high skill, the most mechanically dense character in the entire game. But other than aim, what else do you you really need to dominate on these poke characters? Not really much. Sure, you need positioning and basic, mechanics, but you could be level like 2 on all of those, level 10 at aim, and you'll dominate. You can, with these poke characters, which I just listed, land less than 50% of your shots. Imagine that. You miss 50 times at a dartboard, let's say. You don't even hit the mark, but you keep getting wins. Win after win after win. I mean, that doesn't really sound fair. You just missed the dartboard, you hit Timbuktu 50 times, but since you actually hit it 20 times, then suddenly, you're actually winning the game now? And it's really unfair to all these different characters, because why can these poke characters do so high damage, have such amazing kits? What's really to counter them other than more damage to them? Because even some supports healing cannot burst through that damage. Cloak and Dagger solo heals? Nope. You can still 2-shot with Hela through Cloak and Dagger basic primary heals. Rocket? Nope. You can still 2-shot with Hela. Loki with his base heals, no illusions up, you can kill through that heal. Ultron? You can kill through that heal. Sure, you can maybe say, what about Luna? What about Gambit? With Loki with all 3 illusions? Sure, you can. But you're not always going to perma be looking at, let's say, one of your other DPSs. Because tanks in this game, I know people are saying, don't just heal by your tank. Don't heal by your tank. Not only do most enemies focus on the tank to do damage, but also you need to keep your tanks up because they're the most important part other than your other support. Let's say you're playing support. Meaning, while the enemy team is far range, poking your DPS, poking your squishies, you're not going to be perma looking at your team. So what if both pokes on the enemy team, let's say Hela, Phoenix on their team, or even Hela Namor, just going on a little branch on him. His squid just got buffed. He was a consistent top 5, if not top 3 DPS since season 0. They gave a very strong character, a very good team up with the anti-heal and, dead squids or whatever they're called, Monstro something. Monstro Spawn, I think this is normal squids though. But my point is, they gave a broken character, a broken team up, nerfed the broken team up, and buffed the broken character as compensation. So now you're gonna have more consistent poke with the squids, because not only do they have higher health, meaning it's gonna take more time to kill them, but also they're on a lower cooldown, so pretty much as soon as you break them, there's gonna be another one up. So more consistent damage, more consistent poke. People already have problems with already shooting Groot walls, with already shooting squids. If you've seen my channel at all, there's a clip of my Rocket Raccoon breaking my team's walls because no one else is. In my games, I feel like 90% of the time I'm breaking enemy Namor squids on the walls, on the floors, on wherever, because that's just who I am. My teammates don't do it, so I have to. I am the controller of my backline. I destroy when my team needs being destroyed. If my team can't survive that little moment, they die. And if my team can't survive in that few seconds I'm dealing with those things, that's not really my fault because I'm already doing their job. You may say, that's just a skill issue. That is just a skill issue right there. You're complaining because it's a skill issue. Your team just isn't good enough. Bronze rank, silver rank, metal, you're metal rank. This is metal rank opinions. Well, let's just say I have less than 100 games this season, a 56% win rate. Right now I'm top 102 supports as of recording this. Last season I was number 49 Loki and top 504 supports, and right now I'm Celestial 2. I've beaten multiple former top 500 players, etc. But I know some people still have problems with that because I'm a support player, but can't really fix stupidity and all that. But my point is, even in high ranks, you can see even in top 500 lobbies, people don't break squids consistently. People don't protect off angles that consistently. Sure, do they do it more often than lower ranks? Yeah. I've definitely came across my fair share of mostly Buckies who just camp in our backline, our ally Buckies, I mean, and just help out. I mean, on the Ultron Convoy map, when you're on offense and you're trying to push, on the very left, there's always a Phoenix there if the enemy team has Phoenix, and she just does instant poke. I've counted my team many times. Hey, there's a Phoenix over there. Phoenix destroys one of our DPS, so nobody looks over there. Phoenix consistently pokes us. Nobody does anything about it. And I do believe it's because these poke characters just have such long range. They have long range, high damage, very good kits. Sure, do I like all DPS having some sort of survivability because they're not fully reliant on their healers? Yes. I believe every character in this game should have some self-reliance. I know it's a team game, but it's a horrible feeling that, okay, I'm at the bay of my team consistently 24/7. That's why you should always invest in your playstyle and being a solo carry for yourself. Sure, you play with your team, but learn to be self-reliant. I had to learn that. Play quick play. Analyze yourself. Make sure to play very careful one game. When I first got to my peak of C1 and 1.5, which I know people say is a boosted season, but whatever, I went, I believe the season before, from Diamond 3 because I didn't play all that much. Maybe I was Diamond 1. But I stopped playing a lot in Season 1 because of the toxicity. The season before, I went to GM3. But in 1.5, I would say I played very similarly in 1.5, except I was slightly better across the board. But the biggest win I had in terms of upgrading myself, on improving, was that I upgraded my positioning. I've heavily focused, played multiple quick play matches. Okay, let me play more back. Let me work on my positioning. And then I went to Celestial 1, just off of that. Now, why do I bring up this whole entire story of my improvement? Positioning. That's key. I've been talking about that for a couple minutes now. With these poke characters, you can position wherever. They're good close range. And look at Phoenix before busted Beyblade tech was still there. She could melee, hit, melee, hit, melee, hit, just spin in circles, instant explosions, a lot of self-heal that stacks. They got that removed, but still, she's very good. Just body shot, CC, explosion, body shot, dead. Or even headshot, CC, dead. She can play close range, medium range, even far range. Hella, same exact thing, close range, hit you, stun you, hit you again, dead. Or she can just two-tap you, of course, but you know. Hawkeye, I mean, he's pretty much whatever. He has blast arrows too, which aren't as powerful as his normal basic, but if he ults, I mean, he's just right in your face, you can't do anything about it. I mean, Namor, he can be in your face, throw squids on the side, you try to attack him, he gets low, he hides in his shield for a long time. You're like, okay, let me face the squids now. As soon as you turn, he pops out, headshots you. Sure, am I saying 1v1 scenarios right now? Yes, but that doesn't mean 1v1 scenarios never happen. It doesn't mean in a battle where there's 6v6, 2 DPS could be fighting each other. Now, one dies, and, you know, the other wins. That's how it goes. Team fights aren't always, okay, one side completely loses and one side completely wins. No, there's some 1v1s in the whole game. It's not like one Hella looks at one person, okay, hit one person, go to the next person, hit that person once, go to the next person, hit that person once. I mean, let's look at Black Panther gameplay. He has to focus on one person to even get a kill. If he focuses like on the entire team, is like, okay, let me tickle this person, then that person, that person. It's not gonna go anywhere is my point. But with these poke characters, they're pretty much not weak to any positioning. You can play close, far, medium. They overextend, they have teleport, they have fly, they have bubble, just as a few examples. High damage, very good kits, high maneuverability. Now, is it good to have all these things? Yeah. Are they overtuned? Hell yeah. They need to be tuned down. But just wrapping this video up, poke meta is one of the worst metas you could have in the game. In my opinion, the two best metas you could have in the game, if you even are forced to choose, I would say is either brawl meta, which we've had in earlier seasons with Iron Fist, or support meta. I know that will anger a lot of people right now, especially DPS. I'm not calling for triple support meta. That's a completely different meta. At least in my eyes, triple support meta and support meta are different. Support meta is, look back at season 0, for example. I know people might say, oh, it just looks that good because it was the honeymoon phase. Well, I don't agree with that. It was a combination of a lot of things, but also you knew what was consistent. You knew what worked for the most extent, at least. And the game wasn't, okay, who did the most burst damage? Who had the meta DPS? I get it. Okay, who has the more meta supports? At the time, it was Loki Luna, and you mostly saw that as a backline. Well, right now, you have way more viable supports. Right now, I think every support right now is viable in the correct situation. It's not like, oh, you chose this person double or triple, you're throwing. Because I know personal experience. I've played as Invis. My teammate was Adam Warlock. I won with him one game. The game before, I lost against an Adam Invis backline. I mean, everything can work in this game. And if you do it well, in a healthy meta type way, not a triple support toxic meta, don't get me wrong. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.